Hello, everyone. Hello, Willow.
That's
Mac,
almost a year.
Al, Theron, Willow. Thank you for that tier 1 sub. 11 months. Nearly a year. It's me. No, the episodes follow a very normal, linear order. Chair out of there. This is pre-recorded. The music's really quiet. Why is the music so quiet? Okay, that's a little better, but I do need my microphone to be closer as a result to offset that. It's like Sunday. Hi, Where East. I need a shave. Lag, welcome in. Board notifications on Twitch. I've got lizards coming out the wazoo. Sponsorship. I don't care about sponsorship. I never want to see notifications about sponsorships. Also, I got the Path to Affiliate notification as well, apparently. That's very fun. Welcome in, Lag. Welcome in, Winter. Welcome in, Ruby. We're collecting ourselves. I've been out of town for a week. It's burning up here. I almost doxed myself by forgetting to change shirts because I was wearing the shirt that had my exact geographic location, latitude and longitude on it. A common problem, I'm sure. Haven't I been an affiliate for a while? Yes. The two non-entry point levels are affiliate and partner. Both of those allow subs. If you aren't one of those, you can't do subscriptions. So the fact that I do have subscriptions, I've been an affiliate for a while. Exactly. That's so I can always find my way. One of our group got stung by a jellyfish. Super cool time. Aiming for partner? No. Absolutely not. 100% not. But I got to dig a big hole with a plastic shovel on the beach. They're doing fine. I love they did not. No, the hole was probably the final hole that I got to dig was probably around 3 feet deep. Using just my hands. 3 feet? Maybe 2.5. Let's say 2.5. More conservative estimate. Just scooping sand. It was very fun. Build a motor. No. For me, the hole is the focal point. I build a wall around the hole. That's it. It's fun. I yearn for the Minecraft. Digging holes, you can't beat just digging a big old hole. It's great. Cooking is what we're working on. An arena. Oh, I did catch a few sand fleas. Which are not nearly as bad as their land-dwelling cousins. Let's see here. Let's get a For anybody who doesn't know what a sand flea... Let's see here. They're very... Oh, well, this is a perfect... Here we go. This one's pre-annotated for you. That's a sand flea. It's very crab-like. I got a few of those. I caught a few of those because when you're digging a hole, when you're digging a big hole that's like in the wake, they're just gonna be in the sand. You get that? No, that's like the size of your thumb. It's not gonna be sneaking around. No, you get those if you just dig in the sand. You'll see one like scurry away. It's not like it's no. They're much bigger than regular fleas. It'd be like, oh gosh, suddenly I happen to have, oh no, there's a rabbit. Oh man, I went to the prairie and I came back. Wouldn't you know, I had a rabbit caught in my pants, and I didn't realize it until I got home, and now the house is just awash with rabbits everywhere. No, you would notice them. They have a little bit of heft. Hi, Day. Free meat. You ever go to the sea? Yeah, it was fun. One of our number caught an actual crab, like a big meaty crab, that he chased down in the wake with a bucket. Put sand fleas in Paper Robot. I could see that working to some degree. They chase down a crab. Apparently you can do that. Let's see. Crab, sand flea. Lots of little sea life in the, some minnows. So the crab. Well, I mean, we released the crab, and it sideways scurried back into the ocean. It was very fun. It's very hypnotic to watch. If you dig up a bunch of shells right in the wake, seeing them all like burrow back down into the sand and just disappear. Release the crabkin. Okay. I'm not going to do much tonight. I'm pretty exhausted. I didn't even do any of the driving. Hovercat did all of the driving. And it was a lot. So a round of applause for Hovercat. So I should not be exhausted, and I'm going to be doing a lot of laundry. Do what Dupu wanted. Have a nap stream, and now we're talking. I unfortunately missed a lot of the streams that were going on this week that were so heavily hyped. I managed to pop in for a handful. I saw some of you guys around. I saw a little bit of Germ's streams and Dupu streams, and I caught some of GQ's card stream. The Mario Kart streams looked cool. I did see GQ all dressed up, yes. The card streams were crazy. And what's even crazier about the card streams is that there's a chance he might have turned a profit if he can find the right buyers. I didn't see Turtle Stream. I saw the notification for it after the fact, but it was completely over by the time I had a chance to sit down. I did not see the whatsits. This is just a just chatting stream now. There's no illusion of actual work being done. No, we're gonna get some work done tonight. I need to finish at least one thing so that we can say we did it. We had a lot of stupid TTS. It's true. Okay, I'll see if I can catch the VOD at some point. I'm gonna be busy a lot tomorrow. Hilariously, Hilariously, the next time I'm actually going to get a chance to sit down and maybe have an actual VOD going is the next time I work. That is the great irony of my life right now, is the time I have most available to watch streams is while I'm actively at work, doing work. Losing his mind on snails. Classic turtle. Hopefully I can catch everything before it expires. All right. Here we are. Here we are in Lily's Pad. The plan here is I need this guy to blend some stuff up. I need him to make a smoothie. So we need a short animation that he can play as part of his conversation tree. Summer video game announcement thing? What's the summer video game announcement thing? I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that the streamers, most of the streamers in this immediate circle are predominantly very, very strongly immersed in Nintendo, for one thing. Like, we all have the Mario DNA. Dove and I both got, and I'd say Turtle to a degree, really got our feet under us in streaming, doing Mario Maker. And I know there's a lot that did the same for ROM hacking. Actually, you know what? To some degree, I wonder if Germdove now would say that he really started streaming with ROM hacks, because, like, considering the amount of growth his channel has seen in between these two phases, is like, does the Mario Maker stage even count compared to what he's doing now? Resident Evil 9, I've heard that Resident Evil 9 was announced, and I know nothing about it. Did they have some big catch? Is there a big lady? Because that's what everyone was very excited about for the last one. You need to give that a whirl. I don't know, Willow. On its own, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good platformer. It's and this is weird. It's more casual than your normal 2D Marios in a way. But what really set it apart was the community that formed around it, which is hobbling along, but is still, it's not nearly as much as there once was. Like, there were entire communities that sprung up around specific types of levels. A new sort of Ethan, an Ethan-like or an Ethan-light. But they have to have a good antagonist, you know? They have to have their Heisenberg. Which now whenever I try to remember Heisenberg, I can only imagine the Game Grumps rendition of Heisenberg. The very, oh, Ethan, oh. I'm gonna use my magnet powers, Ethan. Okay, someone with their back turned. Great. Didn't one of the Mario Maker teams have a bit of controversy last year? I'd be surprised if one of the Mario Maker teams was even doing anything last year. I got very involved in Team Fantastic, which had some controversy before I really got deep into it, which was that the guy who started the team was plagiarizing levels. And so he got booted. And still to this day occasionally does streams, which, I mean, that's got to be hard to bounce back from. Okay, conversations. We need to get our conversation code up. Yeah, like there was some levels that were straight, that were what would you call it? Loving recreations. Tributes, that they were tributes to some of Barb's ROM hack levels. But then it was revealed, this guy has straight up copied some existing Mario Maker levels. Okay, that's clearly too far. It's like the ROM hack copy is like, okay, I mean, I guess. Oh yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics, I did hear about that. That's pretty much the only things I guess I've heard about. Which, I never played Final Fantasy Tactics. Tactics games, I feel like I should really enjoy tactics style games. Like Final Fantasy Tactics. You could make an argument for Into the Breach. I'd say Into the Breach pretty well definitely lands in tactics territory. I played one that was free on Epic a while back. Floppy Nights, as in floppy disks. That had art by the same guy that did art for Dicey Dungeons. It was very much a sort of, low number tactics game. I do like the low number ones more than the big number ones. I want my damage numbers to be like 2. He does. How does he hate so much? Okay. Bartender, right. So here's our cooking menu bind. We're gonna replace this. He hates so much. Hates so very much. All right, we had a to-do. We had a to-do list. Adjust bartender lines. First time he's going to explain, and then we're going to set a value, and then we're going to do cooking prompts. Tactics. Like the earliest exposure I got really to tactics games was, unless I can think of some like old Super Nintendo game or something, I saw a friend of mine playing Disgaea. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce it. Back in college. He was very into it, like addicted. I don't think he was even enjoying it. So this is a wonderful game. It's okay. Like, it's obviously not as good gameplay-wise, but it looks nice. It's got a fun little style to it that I think is fun, and the arrangements of the music are kind of fun. Too freeform. Yeah, I feel like the first tactics game I actually sat down and played was probably Into the Breach. I can't think of one I played before that. So we're going to change this around. Okay. So this is what he says. This is what he says before you get Lily to open the path, and this is after Big ol' quest state greater than 4. So starting at 5. Big ol' quest state 5. Blender is returned. Meet me at the pig. Okay, so we need a separate one for after that. where? Okay, here we go. There we go. So we'll do that. It started very politically poignant. Golden Sun. Oh, hey, Abram. We have a small but popular console called the Virtual Boy. Can you imagine if Nintendo brings it full circle? And it's like, you know how the Switch with the Labo attachment supported like virtual reality? What if they do that for Switch 2, and then they also include, it's like, oh, you like Switch 2 virtual reality? Well, we've got an extension, we got a little accessory you can get, a little stand, so you can put it on your desk and then look into it. And then they re-release Wario Land, whatever it was, it was virtual. No, then they do Virtual Boy Virtual Console. Ah, that's it. It would be really funny. It would be really, really funny if they do Virtual Boy emulation on Switch 2. I would love that. It's making a comeback. All right, so then this is going to be for the first time that you talk to him after next point. Oh wait, I did play that Mario Rabbids game, and I did not really like it, which is a shame because I've heard very good things about it, and I did not enjoy it. I'm getting lectures. Get him to lecture you on the Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles lore. Crystal Chronicles was fun. I liked Crystal Chronicles. I liked Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. And that means GermDub probably did not. Yeah, no, it wasn't first-person shooter. It was a tactics game. It was like a move your unit to here, tell them to attack this one, and then tell them to move there. That kind of thing. What is Panda's take on Crystal Chronicles? Surely he loves it. It is very much not your traditional Final Fantasy, to be fair. I have nothing against the traditional Final Fantasies. I really enjoyed 4 and 6. 1 was and I didn't really play any of the others. I did play 7 on PC, because there was a... Before... I don't even know... I think it's on Steam now. But ages ago, I played it from a 4 CD set for PC. Al played Crystal Chronicles. Al, what did you think of Crystal Chronicles? Mario Wonder is fine. I played it, and I kept thinking to myself, gosh, I had a lot more fun playing levels that other people made in Mario Maker. Mario Wonder was pretty... Some of the effects were pretty exciting. But what was really crazy is that Tropical Freeze, and I know Germduff hates Tropical Freeze now. I feel like Tropical Freeze did more without making a big show of it and saying, whoa, look at this zany thing we're doing in this level. Isn't this amazing? Tropical Freeze just would throw out like 3 different things in a level and say, boom, boom, boom. And it wouldn't even pat itself on the back. I felt like Wonder was constantly patting itself on the back. Like, oh, player, I want you to get ready. I'm going to introduce something very, very bizarre in this level. So be ready. And then you do it and it'd be like slightly interesting. And then the level would be over. And I'm like, but I've seen way more interesting things done without someone hyping it up as like, this is the center thing of the game, is these amazing things that are happening. Because like Tropical Freeze would just go and like do those all the time without making a big deal of it. The talking flowers were okay. They were a little off-putting at first just because it was very different. But by the end of it, I was like, I'm neutral on them. It felt a little bit like, ooh, this is the way that entertainment is going, is we have to kind of like nudge the entertainee the whole time. You know, do the whole like, oh, he's right behind me, isn't he? That's what the flowers felt like a little bit. They were a little like, Goombas, am I right? And then the flower would look directly at the camera and make the gym face. Elephant was cool. Yeah, it was a fine power-up. I liked it. What else did they have in that power-up wise? Because they always have to introduce like a handful of new power-ups, but one has to be the flagship for the box art. Yeah, Bubble was probably the most interesting mechanically. Especially because I have a sneaking suspicion that Wonder is going to be a style if they ever get a new Mario Maker out. Wonder is going to be a whole style. And I could very easily see Bubble Power Up making it in. And if it does, I think they're going to nerf it. They're going to nerf Bubble hard because they don't want people to make infinite bubble climbing levels. So they're just going to say, no, there's you have to land every once in a while to refresh your bubble. That's what they're going to do. So you're still going to get some really cool Kaizo, but they're going to come up with some way to prevent infinites because they don't like that. Yeah, it almost feels like when you're playing the game, it almost feels like it's made in Mario Maker. You've been summoned for some reason. Oh, we were talking... Day was saying you like Final Fantasy Tactics and that you were talking about lore, and then the conversation shifted to Final Fantasy Chronicles. And so I asked her, what does Panda think about Crystal Chronicles? And then she said she'd have to go get you. So you got summoned. Get summoned. Why is my Discord beeping at me? That was me, not you. You know what? Turn off Discord. Just get out of here. Quit. Get summoned. It really? I thought it was just something weird I was doing. That's so weird. Did something break? Because I definitely didn't update OBS, because I rarely do. Okay, so it will work again someday. Great, cool, love it. I was hoping to make you some free smoothies, but I think we're all out of ingredients. But no, not I think. But we're all out of ingredients. Yeah, that's totally a fair assessment of Crystal Chronicles. I was saying, it doesn't feel like a true Final Fantasy game. And I don't think that's why I liked it. Because I do like a lot of the true Final Fantasies. Notably 4 and 6 was the ones I mentioned. What was the quote? Oh, what was the quote Panda was telling you about? Yeah, Crystal Chronicles had a fun world. It felt lore light, I guess. There was lore, but there just weren't as many characters to talk to. But, oh man, the music is good. They did something very peculiar with the music in Crystal Chronicles. They had a limited selection of instruments that they used for the entire soundtrack that were meant to be more of a, like, medieval agrarian instrumentation. So you had like flutes, light percussion, this thing called a crumhorn, I think is what it's called. That's it's a very weird one. Final Fantasy 13 was a fine movie. I mean, to some degree, Crystal Chronicles had a lot of just watch the scene stuff and then play action RPG for a bit and then go back to watching cinematics for a little bit. But it was fun. Let's say they had voice acted little introductions for every. They had levels, not like, oh, I'm level 13. No, they had like, all right, you're gonna go to level 1, and then you can choose to go to level 2 or level 3, and so on. But each one had this this sort of, I guess, this was kind of the trickle of lore you got. Was the little bit of like, oh, nobody goes to the old mill around here anymore. It was said by my grandmother that, yeah, it was like long drawn out little explanations of the area. And then you'd play it. But it had a fun little feel to it. Let's get free smoothies. Let's make free smoothies. I tell you what. And then we can converge our conversation tree here. What can I mix up for you today? And then prompt for ingredient. I don't remember exactly how the voice actress sounded, but it was something along those lines. Let me see here. Hang on. I'm gonna look up one of these. I can still remember some of them very clearly. Goblin Den, or what was it? One of the, it was like this very square level that was just like a bunch of monsters. It was like, never trust a monster was the introduction to it. And then I think somebody's grandmother was brought into it. All dungeon introductions. Oh, here we go. All right, hang on. Oh, is this from the remake though? Because they did this looks much nicer, maybe? Oh, never underestimate a monster. That's what it was.
Monster. Never underestimate a monster. So warned an old man with many caravans under his belt. I was grateful for his counsel, even before I set off. But I have since seen things that surpassed my worst fears.
Let me play.
I can only hope he was speaking of this place. If not, what greater horror could possibly await us?
Listen to the instruments. There's very few instruments going on.
The threat of monsters weighs upon the mind
it was like this for the
of
entire
every
game.
traveler. Beyond the shadow's gaze. Very end.
Oh, this was
After
a
hearing
good
that tale,
little plot level.
I felt the weight of my burden. This village, more than any other. With my asthma,
The sluice.
much to the chagrin of prospective intruders.
Where's my dinner?
Jack Machette was starving, so he ordered his Tonberry chefs to make
Tonberries.
dinner right away. But when Maggie awoke from her nap, she was furious to find the table
What are these
bare.
two?
How dare you forget my dinner? She bellowed at her husband. Jack knew the trouble he was in, so he demanded the chefs make great haste.
How dare you?
As always, they took their own good time.
I love this song. Okay, anyway, you get the idea. So the game was divided into these little regions that you had an overworld map, and you would just pick a level. There were some limitations, and then you would play one of those levels, and you'd collect a drop of. You'd get a MacGuffin, and you had to get 3 MacGuffins every year and bring them back to your town to recharge the town's magic crystal, or else the poisonous miasma that engulfs the world would destroy your town. And that was the plot. It was fun. I liked it. That's everything. That's every video game ever. Actually, they should make a Mario game like that. Okay. So we're gonna have a new state that we're gonna track. 01E dash kitchen. And it's just 0 or 1. The weird thing is, okay, the really weird thing in Crystal Chronicles is so the idea is these trees that produce the magic what's-it that you need, they recharge after like 3 years or something. And so you can like keep looping over and over through the same levels, and you actually have to. Like the second time you come back, there's like harder monsters, and the boss it has more health, and some things might be a little bit different. So you do have to retread old ground a few times, but you can keep doing that indefinitely without ever realizing that there's an end to the game to figure out. That you have to unlock this riddle and figure out how to get to the super duper end level at the end of the game to save the world and roll credits. Really weird, because I don't know. I don't know how easy that would be to figure out. A manager. Set this flag to 0 to start with while we're testing this. Else. kitchen state. Kitchen flag is, you know, the thing I just said is this. Okay. So get the kitchen state. If kitchen state is 0, then do this. Else do this other thing that we're gonna do in just a bit. Which is gonna be almost the exact same thing, but slightly different. Actually, here's what it's gonna be. How are we gonna do this? Nah, I'm good. Thank you. We're gonna do kitchen convo 5. Oh, we're gonna do convo 4. Gotta get that in there. If you're in Biggle Quest State 5. But then once you're at 6, let's put a comment in here. Biggle Quest complete. You've completed the Big Pig quest. That's done. If that is the case, then we get whether or not we've introduced the kitchen cooking business here. Which is going to be... do this. Then do 5 and then 6. And then do the cooking. I think that'll work. And somewhere in there we'll actually change the kitchen state. But not yet. So let's put that in here as a to-do. Set flag state to 1. Okay. Yeah. Let's try... oh, wait, and then take this out. And let's try it. It's taking a long time to load, and that's got me a little bit worried. Alright, let's see. Hey, Val, thanks again for your help with the blender. We're all out of ingredients. I'll mix it up for you, free of charge. Good. Oh, wait, it's asking for 2 items here, but that's fine. No. How did you think that? Oh, it's asking me to choose a second item here immediately. Oh, that's interesting. So when you say no... oh, we found a bug. It's going to be cooked because that's just the default. That's just going to be the default. Okay. Okay, but this works great. This works super well. So we can do this. Let's see here. Set flag. Here's our set flag. Looks like this. So we say set kitchen flag to 1. And that'll be fine. Okay, so let's go to this cooking menu business. When you cancel... lizard party. Okay, when you're cooking a single item, all right, so that's one thing, is I do want to change this to be a single item. But we'll do that in a bit. All right, so you grab an item. If it's first a pair, then you say, okay, go to second a pair with the selection index. If it's second a pair, and you cancel, then I do want it to kind of do this again. Seller and combo type. I need to fall back to first a pair or fall back at all completely. Willow, thank you for that giant snail. I love seeing giant snail. It works with the snail. Oh, yes, it does. You better believe it. Wait till I see turtle again. Let's see here. What do we want it to do? Because right now it's falling back to second a pair, and it's losing the original selection index. And that's why this is falling back to -1, because that's the default value to indicate unselected. What can we do there? This first item index needs to be passed back in. Would this work? Because then what would cancel do out of that menu? What does cancel do in this menu? Cancel callback. Oh, it just falls out of the conversation. Okay. So that might work. That might work. Let's give it a go. Callback. Callback into a callback into a callback. It's callbacks all the way down. Okay, and I say, give me strawberry and honeycomb. And I say, no, cancel that. And it brings it back to this strawberry is still selected. And then if I cancel out, then we just fall out completely. I do think that might be... No, you know what? I think if you're on the second a pair and you say no... we fall out completely. Mac, thank you for that giant goose. Look at him go. Oh, he's a good boy. Giant goose, honk honk. Yeah, I want to say that if you're on a 2-item selection and you fall out of the second one by saying, no, I'm not sure, does that kick you back to first item or second item? That's what's throwing me for a loop. Oh, that's tricky. That's tricky. It doesn't feel right to kick you back to second item at that case. But I guess there's not really a good place to kick you out to. You know what? Let's just leave it. Let's just leave it as is, like that. In which case, we need to change first a pair to single item. Later on, we may gain the ability for this guy to cook 2 items. But for now, because we already have the menu set up, 2 items can be combined, and that works. We still don't have a mistake item or a equivalent. Select an item to cook. Doesn't say first item anymore, just says... Okay, you want me to cook this right? Yes. Ba-da-ba-dum. Okay. So in the middle of that, we're gonna add a, item throwing should probably be based on camera. Item throwing always goes global right. And the reason it came towards the camera is because this area is rotated. So global right is off towards the water here. So when you throw an excess item, it spits out that way. Why does it always go global right? I had to pick something when I was writing the code, and I didn't make it more complicated than that. What's wrong with left? Just feels wrong. I don't know. Okay, cooking is working. Next thing I would like is a little animation to play, maybe, in here. So what does that look like? I think it just looks like a little bit of wiggling, perhaps, of the blender. That seems reasonable. And we need to make a blender sound. So let's get out the free sound directory. And let's look for a free blender sound. Look, guys, we're working in Blender today. What game engine does Nintendo use to make Nintendo games? Do they use Godot? No. Typically not. Most first-party titles are going to be made with either Unreal Engine or Unity. Let's see if I can find... Let's see here. What do they use? Oh, and some proprietary stuff, naturally. Oh, apparently a lot of their big ones are proprietary. Search reason that Blender got an update to include AI and many people were unhappy. I mean, that makes sense. Let's see here. Blender. All right, it's gonna get loud in here, guys. Get ready. I've warned you. Doesn't sound like a blender at all. Food processor blender crunch veggies. I want like a blender making a smoothie, you know? Blending ice. Oh, this might be it, but it looks a lot louder. Flying Goomba. I love Flying Goomba. It does sound a little bit like a... Hang on. Here's an idea. Mixing drink. Maybe. Water bottle shake. Ice in a glass. Ice cubes crashed. Water pour. Nah. Too much of a drizzle. I need more of a pour. Let's just look for pour. Pouring rice. Pouring apples. No, what? Gallon bottle. No. It's awful. Soft drink. No. No. Pouring a cup of coffee. No. Martini. No, it's too... No. Cereal into bowl. Water pouring from one plastic container into another through a small plastic tap. Pour ice. Ice pouring ice cubes off a roof? What? Okay. Okay. Ice into glass, then pouring water. Kind of. Metal thermos flask, pouring liquid with ice. Like, what I'm looking for is the sound of, like, a bunch of ice pouring into a glass or something. Am I being too much of a perfectionist? Yes. Where's the blender sound? Give me the blender. It does sound like a vacuum, you're right. Mini blender. Let's just grab this one. Give me the blender sound. What are we doing? What are we doing here, chat? Give me the blender. Give me the blender. Six seconds of blender noise. You're absolutely right. We can always change it later. All right, speed this up significantly. There we go. Blender. We combine that with the blender actually like wiggling, and everyone will be like, "Yeah, that's the blender doing that." Simple as that. Hope you guys enjoyed this segment of the stream where we listened to blender sound effects for 15 minutes. Could I make the controller wiggle? Oh gosh, Willow, I completely forgot about controller vibration. That is certainly a thing that Godot can do and needs to do. Oh man. Make it do it when you're clicking a gear. Make it when thing happen. I don't even know where else. Big menu button, like leveling up, should do it. What else even? I don't even know. That's gonna be a whole thing we have to build. I don't know if that'll be in time for the demo or not. We'll see. No, I don't think it's a ton more. It's something that I forgot about for a long time that I intended to do at some point and then stopped thinking about. I guess what we'll do is we'll do this as an animation. So the Blender is a 3.62 second thing here. So we will do, we'll put that. Put that in conversations. Why not? Blender animation has Blender animation as a what do we say this is? A 3.62. So let's put this at 4. We're gonna make this Blender wiggle. We're gonna make this Blender right here wiggle if I can get a hold of it. There, that's the one. Blender position. Is the Blender itself going to spin? No, it's just gonna it'd be really funny if the whole Blender started spinning around. No, the Blender's just gonna wiggle a bit. We're gonna add this as a audio stream player featuring Blender sound. This is going to be a single sound to be played. So add track for call method, Blender, play sound. Everything else in the world starts spinning. That won't give anyone motion sickness or anything. It's fine. It's fine. So now we need to animate this Blender. How much movement is too much movement? That's a lot of movement already. See, I'd like to just have randomized movement rather than manually set this up. But that's not really in the cards right now, is it?
Spin, baby, spin.
Okay, these are gonna be the different. Oh, wait, nope. Right, because okay, Y makes sense. X is actually going into the background, which doesn't make sense. Is that what's happening here? I don't know. Give me the blender. Give me the blender. No, 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 not you. Give me the blender. There we go. That's fine. Now just duplicate that a lot. And then make it nearest and see what that does. Ooh, actually, that doesn't look good. That doesn't look good. Do linear, but make it more clustered. Like this. What is this? That's fine. Will the band be animated at all? Eventually, I would like for the band to be animated, yeah. When is that going to happen? I have no idea. Okay, so this is about 2.86. So let's actually do this. What would cubic look like here? You know what? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do it that way then. Room node. Oh, I see, I see. They do play music. They do play music. Node 4. Now, is it good music? Well, how does this work? I need to pass in a cooking animation. Callable. Get node. Blender animation. Blender is the name of that, and it is bound. Ooh, but how do we do the callback? Oh, I don't know. Don't know, actually. Might have to, like, pass in the duration or something. I don't know. So cooking menu gets another item thrown in. The callable for the animation. Great. So pass that into the cooking menu here. Combo type and then animation callable. Animation callable gets passed in here. Seller, combo type, callable, callable. Okay, so when you do cook items, okay, that's where we need to pass in the callable. I believe. you call it, and then you have to wait for it to complete. How can I bind that to this animation? Is there a better way to do this? Like, I could perhaps just pass in the animation node and have a consistent naming scheme on which animation to use, and then something. We can fetch the duration. We can fetch the duration from that. I guess that works. So replace animation callable with animation player. It's a little bit of a roundabout way of doing it, but I think that's probably more flexible for us. So rename this to new animation. It's fine. And the player is just this. It's gonna get wonky. That means that usually tries to alert you that you might have a typo or something about the line you have written right there doesn't make sense in the context of, like, it's not grammatically correct as far as code is concerned. Now, whether it makes sense it's kind of like a spell checker for code, so it's a little bit more advanced because it also can check kind of the code's equivalent of what grammar is. So if you said, I is having a good day, that would flash up as like, wait a second, that doesn't make any sense. But if you said something like, I'm sleeping loudly until 25 at Tuesday, it would say, no, that's grammatically correct. I don't know, that doesn't make any sense, but it is grammatically correct, so I'm not going to call you out on it. So it will detect grammatical mistakes, but the content, it doesn't know anything about that. Okay, so we will grab the animation player. Yeah, and that is what's part of a common piece of tooling that you have when doing software development called an IDE, or an integrated development environment. Well, now I'm second guessing myself, because it is integrated development environment, which is it's a complex tool that doesn't just let you write the code, but it gives you additional tooling on top of it to make the process smoother and let you run the code directly from that software and all this other stuff. So let's see here. We're going to .play. New animation. We're gonna get the duration. We're gonna figure out how to get the duration, and then we're going to just do a very simple. We're not gonna get into callbacks and stuff. We're just gonna say, just wait until the duration is about done, and then continue with giving you the item. Hey, it's Chip! Guess what Chip was doing tonight, guys? It wasn't game development. He's doing what we all wish we could be doing. Totally not playing Factorio. Gosh, So I have a tab on my browser on my phone that I've kept up for months now, which is just the recently updated mods page for Factorio. Because every once in a while I'm like, oh, Crastorio got it. Oh, okay. Oh, Warptorio got an update. Oh, I want to play Warptorio again. Dying to bugs, you know. Oh, man. Oh, I really want to. What's really going to do me in is when they finally update space exploration to 2.0. Because I've been wanting to try space exploration. And I got into the basics, I would say, back in the 1.1 days. Of like, I landed on some other planets. I had some very basic stuff set up, and then I lost steam. But with the changes to remote view in 2.0, I think I could do it this time around. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be good. Chip, when is speaking of .0s, 1.0, is that still? Are we still thinking that's this year, into the year? I've got a small merry gang of Factorio players, and I'm thinking once 1.0 drops, we'll do a multiplayer run on stream to take a break from this, because by that point I should have at least some progress under my belt, at least close to it. Okay. I'm trying to figure out what all I'm gonna be doing video game wise this year. Because I've been a good boy. I've been a good boy. I've been working hard. I'm not playing video games on stream much. Admittedly, I did get into Slay the Spire for a bit there. That sounds awesome. But yeah, on my radar is Starground release towards the end of the year and Silksong. You didn't hear it from me, but Silksong's releasing yesterday. A good big boy. Yeah. Only a few spires were harmed. That's right. Oh gosh, golly, I can't wait to go and check in on my favorite spire. I hope it's still fine. I still haven't hit Ascension 20, but I'm getting close. I have sickness. Oh man. But yeah, if space exploration comes out, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have a rough time being a good boy. Right, animation duration. We have to get the duration of this animation. I'm sure that I've done that before somewhere. If I can find duration equals animation.length. What is this? How did we do this? Oh, okay, animation player.get animation and then .length. Simple as that. Look at that. It's super simple. So animation player, boom. And then we'll wait the duration and then give you the item. All right, let's test it. Silksong, the number 2 of that bad game that GermDub doesn't like. Oh man, he really doesn't like it. He has such strong opinions on Hollow Knight. Such strong anti-opinions. All right, cook a strawberry for me, my man. All right, let's see if this works. Yes, cook strawberry. And it failed, yay. Cannot call on a null value. Oh, I bet because we're in a weird thing here, aren't we? We have no tree to get. We have no tree to get. Wisdom? Tree of? A single stream of yours. Is that game 2D or 3D? It is technically 3D. It is in the style of Paper Mario, where it is a 3D world with 3D physics and everything, but all the characters are flat, creating this paper effect. They are not entirely stacked. They're not stacked sprite 3Ds, as it might appear. It is magic. There's a magic thing going on with viewports, unfortunately. So you get this effect where, like, when things turn around, you see the thin, middling bit. Which I think is fun. I think it's a fun little effect. And then you have the little pop-up dollhouse effect going on there. I still need to get Casual to redo the song that plays here. I don't have the music running right now. Yeah, I hope you're doing well. Is that this? Is it? Is that where that came from? Oh. Yes, I redeemed the make a skin. And I sent over the edited sprite, and Chip plugged it in, and it's looking good. Paper Robot. This is the Paper Robot. This is Dabble, the Paper Robot from video game Paper Robot. That's where Paper Robot comes from. Now you know the deep lore. It's because I saved up a bajillion points. 1 bajillion points. For everybody coming in from Chips, all the Starground people, we are going to do a Starground playthrough on stream once 1.0 hits. It's going to be fun. I have dibs on the Paper Robot skin. That's true. You get special treatment, and that's very understandable. And you've earned it. Thank you for the follow. All follows are anonymous. Okay, so what was the deal here? Get tree has to be on a tree. So because where is this coming from? Cooking is nude up, isn't it? Yes, so it's not technically part of the tree. But we could grab something that is part of the tree. Like, scene manager. I think that would work. Paper Robot t-shirt to drop. It's just Dabble's face, like full printed on a shirt. His big bright blue autism stare. Well, you'll never know until you try. All right, here we go. Mix up a strawberry. Okay. Yes. Oh, that's bad. Da-da-da-da. Okay, well, I mean, that was close. That was close to what we wanted. Okay. Huh. All right, some things need to be addressed here. First of all, bring this down by, I'm going to say 12 decibels. Oops. Secondly, this cooking thing does not hold the conversation blob in place. The conversation step doesn't get held in place properly. And that is probably because of this. So menu happens, and then this happens. Let's do some print. Let's do some printing, I think. 18 seconds. Let's do some print debugging here. I think this is a problem, a slight problem with our cinematic, or no, the logic that keeps you in cinematic mode where inputs are locked. The conversation step, which is looking for you to be in a dialogue and then if you're not, then conversation queue kicks off. Oh, game prototype. Nice. What you got? What you got going on? I'm not going to break away to play it, but I'm interested. Golf-like. I have a friend of mine who's doing a wacky like Kaizo golf game. They're speedrunning the game. It's the natural inclination of everyone, isn't it? Conversation queue is what's going on here. You are in dialogue, but then you are out of the dialogue at this point because we're waiting on this animation to play. I think. Is conversation step active? Okay, the cancel callback changes it. So I think what we need to do is this, maybe? Will that lock me in? I want the player to be locked in, because it seems like right now when I select an item, that animation kicks off. I'm no longer considered in a conversation, and it's giving me free movement. Okay, that actually worked. That actually worked, except for the pocket overflow, which we're going to deal with that by just not having so many items in our inventory when the game starts up. Let's get rid of these 3. Leave those available for later. Yeah, I think that was actually pretty good. It's doing what I want it to do, I think. Seven, 8. Okay, so my inventory won't overflow. Yes, cook strawberry. Da-da-da-da-da. It always makes a debug game over because... All right, and then it remembers. And it did give me the item that I wanted. Da-da-da-da-da. We do need a little jingle for getting an item, don't we? Now, does that count as music or sound effect? I think that would count as sound effect. Okay, that worked. That worked. Okay, let's check our to-do list for that. So we have the bartender. The lines he actually says are adjusted now. We are doing the animation. We're doing the sound effect. We need a jingle. And we need 2 new items. One, we need a smoothie, which is a slightly improved strawberry. You know what? I have a feeling there will be more. But be warned that Al is the dominant force in Hangman. So the main purpose of this part of the game is to let you start upgrading your basic healing item. Just a little bit. Because you're not very far in the game, but this will let you kind of take that item that can heal, what, 10 HP? Is that what the strawberry does? Strawberry heals 10 HP. So this will bump it up to like 12 or something like that. Al has all the answers memorized except on the new category. Zombies at my neighbor's. Willow earned that one. Or did she? Willow. What could it be? Yay! Let me check. What's the TTYD? Item list. Has mushroom in 1,000-Year Door. Let's see here. Yeah, and then Paper Mario's 5 HP. I wonder if I should knock this down to 5 or something. Regardless, the smoothie version is going to be slightly improved. Not as good as using 2 items, but enough that you're like, this could help. This could help me survive an extra hit. I'm going to upgrade my strawberry. I'm going to take the 4 seconds that it takes and upgrade my strawberry. So that's one thing we need. The other item that we're going to need to add to make the cooking minigame actually work properly is we need a mistake. Welcome in, Princess Ashley, 99. In 1,000-Year Door, if you try to cook an item that has no assigned recipe, you get a mistake item that heals 1 HP, so it's a really crappy item to have. And it's just a way of saying, nope, you screwed up. Sorry, that does not create an item. In Paper Mario 64 and 1,000-Year Door, it feels like it's a necessity of the engine, and that's about it. Like, you have to have something get spit back out. Pilot wings. You know, what's wrong with pilot wings? In, what was it? Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, similarly, you create dubious food if you cook items that don't work out. It's a GQ game. Pilot Wing 64 has an amazing soundtrack, though. I will say. I think the song is Birdman. You never even heard of it. It's really good. It's really good. Hang on. I'm gonna see if I can pull up Birdman. I think that's what it's called. Let's see here. Pilot Wings 64 Birdman OST. All right, listen to this. All right, get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Here we go. This is the original. This is from a Nintendo 64 game. We're holding that chord. Wait. Here we go. good. Oh, it's so good. What an absolute bomb. It's very funk. Is this jazz? Yeah. Smooth jazz. Dan Hess. There are a lot of soundtracks that are really, really good from the 64 era. It's like, what is this doing in a video game? Those kinds of songs. Mistake, right? We're gonna have to add a mistake item and an actual good item. So that'll be for next time. That's our actual task. Yeah, and of course everyone brings up Flock. Flock is, of course, the main example for, wow, what the crap is this music? This should not be possible on the Super Nintendo. But weirdly enough, just the title track on Flock. The rest of Flock's soundtrack is like, it's good, but the title track is like, whoa, that's nice. I was very partial to the soundtrack to SimCity 3000, which was a PC game from about the start of the GameCube era. It's towards the end of the N64 life cycle. And it was just straight up like kind of a modern jazz vibe the whole way through, and it was really good. Anyway, this will be for next time. We're gonna finish out making some new items for the cooking minigame, and that's gonna be that. Let's kick a raid off. Who are we gonna go visit, guys? Who are we going to go visit? What's up with my browser right now? Come on now. Dobbs is eepy. Dobbs is vacation crashing hard. And I still have to get through an entire weekend. My break is during the week. When I am working, that is me getting to rest, weirdly. But the weekend, I am wrangling a child, and she has a lot of energy. Go back to work on Tuesday? Ugh. Summer school. Ugh. Can't believe they're making you do summer school. You did fine. You did fine this year. You shouldn't have to go to summer school. Let's see here. Photon's usually a pretty good shout. Photon is extremely chill as a streamer, and I appreciate that. He is playing Shapes 2, which is vaguely Factorio-esque. So that works pretty well for this crew. Especially for all the Starground people we picked up earlier. Had your eye on Shapes 2. Well, there you go. Ugh. The old Wishlisterino. Oh, man. Yeah. I have so much laundry to do tomorrow. Oh, boy. It's going to be a mess. Thank you all for hanging out. Next stream will be Sunday. We will do hopefully a full-length stream, and we are gonna we're gonna draw some actual items, and I need to come up with something interesting to do with the mistake item. Bug Fables had an interesting thing with it where it actually poisoned you, but you could take advantage of that because there were badges that let you get benefits when you're poisoned. So it was like, oh, well, okay, that's interesting. So we'll see if we can come up with something we can do with a mistake item. But I don't know. I've got some ideas. Maybe like a punch card system, like some guy who wants those, so you kind of save them up. Be like, oh, turn them all in for a prize. We'll see. Have a good weekend, everybody. I'll see you on Sunday. Bye.